As you know from my previous video for agents, 5 steps to becoming a real estate agent, one of the basic steps is finding a sponsoring broker. In other words, once you pass your test and your state's real estate commission issues your license, the license will be inactive until you find a broker who's willing to hold the license and the responsibilities that come with it, and that includes being held liable for any mistakes you make as an agent, as well as them taking either part of your commission or a fee every time you make a sale. You have to do this if you want a real estate license. Even if you're working independently, there has to be a broker who's sponsoring you. And in most states, only after 5 years of working under a brokerage can you become a broker yourself and start making money from other agents working under you. Your sponsoring broker can make a huge impact on your real estate business, and it's up to you to find the right one that will help you make the most of your real estate license. Commission split. This is not necessarily the most important factor in choosing a real estate brokerage, but it's probably the most obvious. Some brokers take 20% of your commission, some take half, some take a flat fee per sale plus a third of your commission on the first 3 sales. It depends on the broker, but you should definitely know exactly what your commission split is going to be before joining a brokerage. You're there to make money through sales commission, so anybody who tells you not to care about your commission split is full of shit. But it's still not everything, so even if you can keep more of your commission, what good is it going to be if you're not making a sale in the first place to even get a commission? Which brings us to the next quality that you need to look for in a brokerage. Smaller independent brokerage versus larger franchise. Before joining Vastu Realty, which is a tiny independent brokerage in Southlake, Texas, I was part of a huge brokerage that's very fast growing. They have franchises in every state, and I was just one in thousands of new agents in that brokerage trying to get my first client. I was attracted to the large brokerage in the first place because they take 0% commission and they only charge a flat fee per sale. And I also heard the agents there were very independent and self-made, which for someone like me who hates controlling bosses, that sounded exciting. But there were lots of catches to that. There were a lot of fees. I also quickly learned that while I was in that brokerage, that when you're a real estate agent, which is already a very self-made kind of career, being part of an office where you're lost in the crowd isn't necessarily a good thing. The broker is obviously going to invest more of its energy on the already successful, more seasoned agents because they bring in more clients, which means more money for the broker. But they're not going to invest their one-on-one time and energy on baby real estate agent Pardes or baby real estate agent you. I love my current setup now because my brokerage is invested in me doing well because it's a small firm, and every agent who's there is an important puzzle piece. My success is the firm's success, so they're willing to invest more time and energy in me. Which brings us to the next topic of your role in the firm. Who are you reporting to? At the first brokerage I joined, the franchise, I was a needle in a haystack. I got in the firm, I got a bunch of automated welcome emails, then I got assigned a mentor because everybody at that brokerage gets assigned a mentor for the first 3 sales. And this mentor had like 10 other agents he was mentoring. He followed a list of topics to talk about each week on a Zoom call. It wasn't very personal, and I don't blame him. He only gets paid a piece of the commission from the first 3 sales that you make. And after that, he doesn't really have much of an incentive to invest so much time and energy in you. It's such a big firm. Plus for him, it's a numbers game. He has so many agents under him, and some of them are bound to make a sale, so it doesn't really matter who does it. Unlike that brokerage, where I never actually talked to my sponsoring broker, at my current brokerage, Vastu, I have a personal relationship with the broker. He mentors me closely. We have meetings every single week. I could tell from the beginning that I would get the most from my time at Vastu because from the beginning, I reported straight to the broker and not to anybody else. The broker is always going to be the most invested in your success as an agent because that's going to bring success to the brokerage. Office culture. You might not be spending a lot of time physically at your brokerage, but every brokerage has an office culture, whether it's online or offline. Find out what the brokerage's office culture is like before committing to being part of it. Can you trust the people there? Are they as involved as you like? Some people don't care getting along with anybody in their brokerage because they already have their own client network. But in my opinion, it's still always good to have a brokerage that's going to have your back. And they might even help you get leads, which brings us to the next point. Market. As an agent, it's going to be largely up to you to find a potential buyer and seller clients to work with. But sometimes another agent in your brokerage might throw you a bone. They might not have time to work with a certain client and they'll pass that client off to you. Or maybe even your broker wants to help you have more experience and will let you work with them on a deal and maybe even share part of their commission. That's going to be very helpful if their clients are the kind of people that you want to work with. Some agents like to focus on commercial real estate, some on luxury homes, some on out-of-state buyers, some on veterans. So which market depends on you. But the reason I put this point last is because in my opinion, especially when you're starting out, the market's going to be the least important because a client outside your niche is still better than no client. You might disagree with me, but I think sometimes you have to take a lot of different clients in different markets to figure out which market you actually prefer the most. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. Also, if you're looking for a Dallas-Fort Worth realtor, my contact information is below. If you're not in Texas, I can also recommend you to a great realtor from my broker's network in any state in the country. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and see you guys next week.